Martell Holt is back in the spotlight, and this time, it's personal. Martell Holt's name is buzzing again, but not because of a business deal or social media drama. This time, it's about something much more personal: love, relationships, and what might come next. In a recent interview that started off as a light-hearted conversation about fatherhood and career, things unexpectedly took a more serious turn. When the host casually brought up the topic of love, the long-lasting, forever kind Martell smiled, laughed it off at first, like he usually does when things get uncomfortable. But then, something shifted. His tone changed. He leaned in. The smile faded, and he said something no one was ready for. "When the right person comes along, and the timing is right, I won't say no to marriage again." That one sentence sent shockwaves through the internet. But it didn't stop there. What really got people talking was his next line. "Some people will never forgive, some will never understand. But those who stood by you, they know the version of you that others don't." With those words, social media lit up. Was he talking about his ex-wife, Melody Holt? Was he hinting at a reunion? Or was he referring to someone else, someone who's been quietly in the background all this time? That someone might just be Arionne Curry. If you've been following Martell's story, you know who Arionne is. She's the woman at the center of the scandal that helped tear Martell and Melody's marriage apart. Though she's never been a cast member on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, her name has lingered around the show like a ghost, always present, never fully seen. Now, fans believe she's about to step forward. While Martell was pouring his heart out in front of cameras, Arionne was dropping not-so-subtle hints on Instagram. One post showed a moody selfie with the caption, "When he finally chooses peace." Another read, "Y'all not ready." And then, the most pointed of them all, "You only get one loyalty. Choose wisely." To casual followers, it might seem random. But to longtime fans of the show and the drama surrounding it, it felt too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. As expected, the internet exploded. Some were furious. Is he really thinking about marrying the woman who helped break up his family? They asked. Others were more sympathetic. Let the man be happy. Melody's moved on. Why can't he? But beyond the debate, there's a bigger question: why is Martell even thinking about marriage again? His breakup with Melody wasn't just messy, it was national news. It played out on reality TV, social media, and gossip blogs for the world to see. Since then, Martell has tried to turn things around. He's focused on co-parenting, his public image, and shifting away from the chaos of the past. So why bring up love and marriage now? Some think it's calculated. The interview was released just after OWN dropped a new trailer for Love and Marriage, Huntsville, where Martell is once again seen struggling with identity and fatherhood. Is this just clever timing to generate buzz? Or is he really opening up? What makes this story even more fascinating is Arionne's role in all of it. For years, she's kept quiet. She didn't chase clout or speak out on camera. While Martell and Melody shared their ups and downs on TV, Arionne stayed behind the scenes. No interviews. No drama. Just silence. But now, that silence seems strategic. Her recent posts suggest she's stepping into the light on her own terms. After Martell's interview aired, she posted a video of her son Martell's child laughing in the background, with a caption that read, "The only loyalty that ever mattered." To many, these posts weren't random. They were calculated. Not loud, but powerful. And the public started noticing. Even people who once criticized Arionne began to question things. Some gave her credit for staying loyal through years of being criticized and sidelined. Others still weren't convinced, calling it a long game for attention. Either way, it's clear she's not hiding anymore. There's always been speculation about Arionne's motives. Some believed she wanted fame. Others thought it was about revenge or validation. But sources close to her say it's none of those things. According to them, Arionne turned down big money offers to appear on the show despite being asked multiple times. She didn't want chaos, she wanted control. What she's always wanted, they say, was stability. A family. A place where her son wouldn't feel like a side note. And maybe now, after all these years, she's finally getting that chance. Meanwhile, Melody Sherry isn't saying much, but that silence is louder than any statement. While Martell trended online and Arionne's posts caused a frenzy, Melody stayed quiet. No clapbacks. No interviews. No shade. Instead, she posted a soft video of her kids playing and shared a simple quote: "Protect your peace." And that was it. Fans took notice immediately. Melody didn't engage in the drama, she rose above it. Her silence wasn't weakness. It was strength. She's been through the public heartbreak, the mess, and the healing. And now, she's built a life focused on business, family, and peace. All of this raises big questions for love and marriage, Huntsville. The show has always thrived on conflict, redemption, and growth. And Melody has been a key part of that balance. Without her presence, the energy could shift, possibly in a direction fans won't like. Martell's possible new chapter with Arionne could spark more division among viewers and the cast. If she steps into the story officially or unofficially, it will change everything. Friends will take sides. Old wounds might reopen. And OWN could risk alienating the very audience that made the show a success. What Martell does next matters. If he goes public with Arionne, it's more than a personal choice. It rewrites the entire narrative. It could be seen as a bold move or a huge mistake. Whatever happens, one thing is clear: the story is far from over. Martell made an unexpected confession. Arionne quietly stepped forward. Melody held her ground with dignity. Now, everyone's watching. Waiting. And the big question remains: who gets the final say in this story? So, where does all of this leave us? At this point, it feels like we're standing at the edge of something major. Martell Holt's recent words weren't just casual comments, they were a spark. And that spark may have just reignited a fire we all thought was dying down. Whether you love him or can't stand his choices, one thing is clear: Martell is changing the narrative. Slowly, intentionally, and maybe even strategically. From the outside, it looks like he's not just ready to move on from the past, he's trying to reclaim his future. And if Arionne Curry is part of that future, then we might be witnessing the beginning of a love story. Or the beginning of even more chaos. But let's be honest, this isn't just about who ends up with who. It's about what these choices say. About forgiveness. About timing. About how healing can look completely different for each person. For Arionne, her silence might have been mistaken for weakness, but now it looks more like power. She didn't run to the cameras. She didn't chase a storyline. She stayed in the shadows, and now, just when the spotlight is hottest, she steps in, not with noise, but with presence. And then there's Melody. She didn't need to post a long message or throw shade. Her silence was enough. Her peace spoke louder than any drama ever could. And that's the part people are really paying attention to. While Martell is still navigating emotional territory and Arionne might be stepping into a long-awaited role, Melody has already arrived at a place many people strive for: peace, purpose, and power. So, what's next? Will Arionne finally be given a seat at the table? Will Martell stand by her and rebuild a different kind of family? And will OWN capitalize on all this real-life tension and finally bring Arionne to the screen? Or will the whole thing blow up again, leaving more hurt, more questions, and even more headlines? At the end of the day, it's not just about Martell's next move. It's about what this triangle represents: healing, growth, consequences, and the complicated reality of love after betrayal. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: the story isn't over. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Martell is serious about Arionne? Was this a smart move or a big mistake? And do you believe people can truly change and find peace even after all the public pain? This is your place to sound off, because this situation is just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, See y'all in the next video. This is Celeb Nova, where the drama ends and the truth begins.